Hey guys, welcome back to Luxury Galore. Today we'll talk about 6 extra assets everyone needs to be truly rich. Let's head into it. Asset number 1. Certificates of Deposit, or CDs. A certificate of deposit, or CD, is a low-risk financial investment offered by banks. How they work is simple. You loan the bank money for a set amount of time known as a term length, and you gain interest on the principal during this time. A typical term length is anywhere from 3 months to 5 years. During this time, you won't be able to withdraw your money without taking a penalty hit, but it's pretty much assured that your money is growing at a fixed rate. The interest rate varies on how long you're willing to invest for. The longer you loan money to the bank, though, the more you can earn. And since CDs are insured by the FDIC up to $250,000, they're incredibly low risk. But there are a few drawbacks. The average inflation rate in the US over the past 60 years is 3.7%, which stands on the high end for most CD interest rates. This means you can actually lose money if you keep your money in CDs because of inflation. Low aggressiveness. If you're young, that means you can stand to be a lot more aggressive with your investments because you have more time to recover from any losses. Your potential for growth is much higher. This allows you more wiggle room to invest in riskier assets and potentially earn more money. Length of investment. You might not be able to part with your cash for a long time, especially if you have other financial goals in the near future, like buying a home, vacation, weddings, etc. If you want a low-risk investment that ensures you peace of mind, CDs might be for you. Asset number 2. Bonds. Bonds are like IOUs, except instead of giving to a bank, you're lending money to the government or corporation, and they work similarly to CDs as well, which means they're extremely stable. You know exactly how much you'll get back when you invest in a bond. Guarantee the return. You can even choose the amount you want a bond for, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, etc. Smaller in the returns, especially when compared with aggressive investments like stocks. If you want to know exactly how much you'll be getting back, bonds are a great investment. Asset number 3. Real Estate Investment Trusts, or REITs. The US Congress established Real Estate Investment Trusts, or REITs, in the 1960s to give the people the opportunity to invest in income-producing real estate. REITs are like the mutual funds of real estate. They're a collection of properties operated by a company, also known as a trust, that uses money from investors to buy and develop real estate. They're a fantastic choice if you want to get involved with real estate investing, but don't want to make the commitment of purchasing or financing property. Like with the most blue-chip stocks, more on those later, REITs pay out in dividends. REITs also focus on a variety of different industries, both domestic and international. You can invest in REITs that build apartments, business buildings, or even healthcare facilities. In all, they are a straightforward way to get involved with real estate without having to eat the upfront cost of buying property. To get started, go to your online broker and purchase a REIT like you would a typical investment. One I suggest, the Vanguard REIT ETF. This is Vanguard's ETF fund that tracks a REIT index from MSCI Incorporated, a noted investment research group. Asset number 4. Dividend-yielding stocks. Some companies pay out earnings to their shareholders each quarter via dividends. These are known as blue-chip stocks and tend to be reliable and able to weather most economic downturns. Many investors like to add a few dividend-paying securities via blue-chip stocks in their portfolio to ensure that they receive earnings consistently throughout the year. And while some like to handpick individual shares to invest in, you can get started by investing in index funds that specialize in high-yielding dividends. Asset number 5. Property rentals. Renting out a property seems simple enough. Buy a house or apartment building, rent out the rooms to tenants for a nominal fee, the rental checks come in like gangbusters each month while you sip piña coladas and make passive income. Hell, that does sound awesome, but it's also a complete oversimplification. In fact, renting out property is anything but relaxing. That's because you're responsible for all facets of the building you're renting out as an owner. That includes repairs, maintenance, and chasing down tenants who don't pay your rent. And God help you if they do miss a rent payment. If that happens, you'll have to find another way to pay your monthly mortgage payment. You can make money from renting out properties. Many people do. It's just that doing so can negatively affect your finances in a big way. Check out our House Poor article for a good example of that. If you're interested in purchasing properties to rent out, be sure to check out our article on buying a house for more. Luckily, with the rise of services like Airbnb, you can just rent out a spare room in your house and not worry about buying a separate apartment unit. You simply sign up for the platform and take advantage of short-term rentals. You'll still have to deal with certain pains of property management, but you'll be able to leverage property you already own. Example is a spare bedroom in your house. Asset number 6. Peer-to-peer lending. Also known as crowd lending, peer-to-peer or P2P lending allows investors to essentially act like a bank. You loan money to others via peer-to-peer lending platform, such as Lending Club, and later they pay you the money back with interest. Unlike a bank though, the person seeking the loan doesn't have to deal with financial background checks or incredibly high interest rates due to the things like bad credit history. P2P lending isn't without risks risks though. In fact, relying on someone with crappy credit to pay back a loan might be one of the riskiest financial investments you make, but if you're willing to devote yourself more to learning about the platform and use money you don't mind losing, it could be a very fruitful financial investment. What do you think about these assets? Which one do you like the most? Let us know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.